through the town. My music loud. Windows down, yeah, you can hear me now. I turn it up. I need that bass.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Riley back here with another YouTube video, and today we are actually going to be reviewing and going over Call of Duty World War II. It was just released at midnight. Well, it was released today, and today I'm gonna be going over each section. I'm gonna have 4 sections. I'm gonna have a campaign, multiplayer, and zombie section. I'm gonna have an overview at the end. I want to just kind of tell you guys what you're getting when you purchase this game and if it's actually worth the $60 or not. Okay guys, we're gonna start with section 1, and that's the campaign. Now I'm gonna have to give this campaign an overall 7.5 out of 10. I'm taking away a few points, not because it's not good or it's, you know, super long or it's, you know, the same thing. It's actually a very good campaign, but I'm gonna have to deduct some points, especially on the setting. I'm not a big fan of the setting. You kind of come in right at D-Day, and you're only really playing for a couple months of the war itself. But I would like to see a transition of characters throughout the entire war, all the way up to the end. But you know, that's not a big problem. The storytelling is fabulous in the game in itself, and the graphics are amazing. Another problem with the game, and this is what a lot of Call of Duties end up having problems with, and it's the fact that every AI, or well, in this game, every German or Nazi, is they are always shooting at you. Even if you're in a group of 20 people, they're all going to be focusing you, and your teammates, well, and your people that help you cannot actually kill anything. And the people in your squad or battalion can't actually kill anything. It kind of gets annoying after a while, but it's not too bad. It's definitely doable. I think it's a good campaign. We're now going to be moving on to the multiplayer. I have not played much multiplayer, but currently I will give it a 7 out of 10. You know, what always takes a couple points off, in my opinion, is supply drops. I really think they've ruined a lot of good games with supply drops and small pay-to-win packages. For example, Advanced Warfare had supply drops. It wasn't too bad, but the problem is that the weapons were in them, like the Obsidian Steed, like the Bow 27 version. You know, that was good, and you only could get it from a supply drop, and I never got it, but all that, you know. But then we move on to Treyarch, and they said that actually was just going to be cosmetic items. But a couple months into the game, they started adding some melees, which I didn't have a problem because that doesn't affect anything. It's just a different melee-looking skin, basically. But then they started adding weapons, and they are super rare, and they were super hard to get. So I'm not a big fan of supply drops. I think they're a slippery slope, and we're already going down the hill on that one. Also, it's the first day of the game, so there's not many people that know what the absolute meta guns are, like, you know, the top 3 or 4 that will always be used, like in competitive play or just by pub stompers in casual. But I hope that as the game progresses, we maybe get some balancing and changing patches. We really don't have those overpowered guns yet, but a couple of weeks we will have the standout assault rifle and the standout submachine gun that come to the front of the pack. And I hope they are not outclassing every other weapon, because that does make the gun less. That does make the game less fun, in my opinion. Now we're going to move on to the third section, which is zombies. Now, I love zombies. I've always loved Treyarch zombies. I remember playing the zombies in Advanced Warfare. It was Exo Zombies. That wasn't bad. You know, it was a nice, fun, enjoyable time. But this game, it really revitalizes zombies, and it does a lot of good things, and I'm very happy with it. I'm going to have to give it an 8 out of 10, though, just because it's... you can't get anything a 9 out of 10 because then you're kind of setting the bar high. But anyways, I think what they are on the cusp of doing is finding the late round fatigue that a lot of casual players experience. Now, for high round zombie players, this isn't a problem. It's just been grinding since day one, up to rounds 100 and 150 and 200 plus, you know. But a lot of people... when you're playing with 4 people, or you're playing people that aren't too experienced, when you get up to round, you know, let's say 40 or 50 or so, the game gets very repetitive and very boring, and a lot of people just don't like that. And I think with this, the stuff that you can do inside this map, I believe it can help revitalize the late game part of zombies, which really needed help. But I think it does do a lot of good. Mechanics feel good. They feel really good. The guns feel good. You know, the perks, you could say, and the wall weapons feel good. I think overall this is a good map, is a good starting map that they can build off of. You know, for example, like Nocturne and Totem, that was the starting map for Treyarch, which everybody knows and loves. But you know, having a starting map of this caliber is spectacular, and I love what they could, and I will love to see what they can do in the future. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the final section, which is basically just an overview of the game. I'm gonna have to give the game an overall 7.5 to 8 out of 10. I think it's a great game. Personally, I've been enjoying it way more than I've enjoyed the last couple. Even though I think Treyarch makes good games, I wasn't a big fan of Black Ops 3. I feel that the guns just kind of work. They feel like they belong in the game, and they feel like the reload animations and the sounds, they're just beautiful. The guns feel great. Like the problem with Black Ops 3, in my opinion, is some of the guns didn't feel like they belong. They kind of felt out of place, but every gun in this game feels, you know, spectacular. And I do feel that the game has very good potential, and the DLCs, maybe if they can do something off the wall with the DLCs and not just the standard 4 multiplayer maps and one DLC map, maybe like a single player DLC maybe added, that might be asking, but like, you know, maybe go back in time a little bit in the single player campaign at the beginning of the war or something, maybe on like a new person. But you know, that's kind of stretching out there a little bit. Now going on, if you should actually buy this game, I'm gonna give you 3 different answers. Now the first is if you are a big single player fan and you prefer long single player drawn out campaigns, and that's what you really want to spend your $60 on, I would say no. This game has a good campaign, but it's only about 5 to 6 hours, maybe shorter, depending on how fast you can run through it. If you want a good single player game for $60, I would say Assassin's Creed Origins is the way to go. A ton of stuff to do, great campaign, and I love that game personally. If you are buying it for the multiplayer, just remember that this resembles a combination of Black Ops 2 and World at War, in my opinion. The multiplayer feels good, feels, you know, guns punch, they feel like they belong. I think it's great, you know. If you are excited for this multiplayer, I definitely say it's worth picking it up. And if you are a big zombies fan as well, if you're a fan of old school zombies, pick it up. This is a great game. I wasn't the biggest fan of Black Ops 3 Zombies, but I did enjoy it, and especially when Chronicles came out, I love that. So overall, if you want to buy it, it's up to you. I personally feel like this can rejuvenate the series of future games to come, because probably the next game is coming out is a Treyarch game, so it'll probably be a World War II or a Vietnam. Maybe I would prefer a Vietnam game. I don't want to be stuck in World War II for 2 years like we were stuck in the future for 3 years or so. But I would personally buy this game unless you are a fan of the last 3 Call of Duties and you prefer the boost jumping. This game probably isn't for you. It's slowed down a lot, more methodical, more not just. The game is slowed down a lot, and I personally think that's a good thing for Call of Duty, because we don't need to be jumping and flying everywhere. It's kind of like an Overwatch thing. But anyways, guys, that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to have some zombies content coming out, as well as some multiplayer, which I'm pretty sure is in this video. If you guys liked the video, go ahead and leave it a like. If you didn't like the video, you can dislike it. If you have anything else to add about what your experiences with this game are, maybe to help people that are watching this video, go ahead and put it in the comment section below. I will see you guys in the next one.
Can't nobody get up in my car today. Backseat, feeling like a charter plane. Bumping so the shocker charges to the game. Paint dripping like I'm whipping marmalade.